Hello, Racy here, and this is Racy Recaps. Today, I'm going to describe The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, an American science fiction film. But before that, I just want to give a huge spoiler alert for the movie. If you haven't checked it out, then this is your chance to quit playing, but if you want to continue, then I hope you thumbs up the video, and also subscribe to the channel. There is a young guy by the name of Arthur Dent. When he wakes up one Thursday morning, the items around him begin vibrating on their own. It turns out that this is the result of construction workers who intend to destroy his home to make room for a freeway. Arthur, who refuses to accept that his home is being destroyed, attempts to obstruct the workmen by laying down in front of them. Soon later, his pal Ford arrives at his residence. He then informs Ford that his home will be destroyed by construction workers shortly. Ford claims that something more significant is going to be destroyed than Arthur's home. He gives out all of the beer he brought with him to the construction workers. They head to a local pub once they've shared it. Ford reveals that he is not from Earth, but rather from another galaxy. He claims that the world will be destroyed shortly. Arthur does not believe anything he says. To persuade him, Ford tells him about their first encounter, when he first arrived on Earth and tried to shake hands with the automobile. At the time, Arthur, who observed this, instantly rescued him and said that the automobile was not a robot with which he might get familiar. As a result, he feels grateful to Arthur for rescuing him. He wishes to return his compassion by removing Arthur from the world, since the Earth is no longer secure. Later, Arthur discusses Trillian, his sweetheart. They chanced to meet at a party and started to develop feelings for one another. Until one day, a man called Zaphod appears at the party and claims to be from another planet. Ford begs Arthur to leave the pub since time is running short. When they return to Arthur's home, they discover that it is now being destroyed. Soon later, a massive odd spacecraft emerges over them. Panic spreads across the world as a result of these aliens' deeds. When the spacecraft hits the atmosphere, Ford rushes to Arthur's aid by concealing in one of the spaceships. The starship, as anticipated, can easily destroy the Earth. Ford informs Arthur that they are aboard one of the Vogon's vessels. One of the oddest extraterrestrial species is the Vogon. They are not malicious, but they are easily agitated and like interfering in business. If they are directed to do so by their superiors, they will resolve the issue as soon as possible. Vogon is the same as a space patrol officer. In essence, they will act if they get instructions from their superiors. Meanwhile, Ford implants a mysterious gadget into Arthur's ear that can translate all languages in the universe. Soon later, the Vogon finds the two of them on the spacecraft and quickly apprehends them. They are ejected into space, but fortunately, another spaceship enables them to come inside. Ford is taken aback when he meets Zaphod, who turns out to be his cousin. Zaphod is also the galaxy's newly chosen president. He defeated Cavula, who was also running for president. Not only that, but he has two faces, each with a distinct personality. Arthur is taken aback when he sees Trillian again. When she met Zaphod at the party earlier, she was whisked to outer space. Meanwhile, there is a space news that Zaphod was sworn in as the president. He unintentionally stole a highly sophisticated spacecraft. Due to his theft, a vice president called Questular joins forces with Vogon to recover him. He purposefully hijacked the spacecraft in order to learn more about the planet Magrathea. He then displays ancient documents that demonstrate that millions of years ago, there existed a race that questioned and disputed life in the whole cosmos. There was also a supercomputer known as Deep Thought that could answer all of their inquiries. There were two youngsters who seemed to be the leader of Magrathea who came to view it. They wanted to know about the life of the cosmos, but they were informed they would have to wait 7.5 million years. To cut a long tale short, 7.5 million years have passed, and these two youngsters have returned to confront Deep Thought. Magrathea was teeming with people at that period. Residents are also enthusiastic about the event. Because the two youngsters had previously requested for a basic response, Deep Thought simply responds with 42. Everyone who hears this immediately feels perplexed since they don't know the solution. It claims that the two children's queries were difficult to grasp. They just inquire about life in the cosmos, without elaborating on their inquiries. Until now, the disappointing answer 42 has remained a mystery. After hearing the tape, Zaphod intends to go to Magrathea to seek explanations about the cosmos from Deep Thought. When they arrive at the planet, they deviate to Vilfodl VI, headed by Cavula. When Zaphod arrives, he asks Cavula for the precise location of Magrathea. He wants to reveal the precise locations in exchange for Zaphod bringing him a unique weapon from the planet. He instantly severed one of Zaphod's heads as a promise. When they decide to depart, a troop of Vogons arrives to transport the president back to his home planet. They believe Arthur and his companions abducted Zaphod. Unfortunately, Trillian is apprehended by the Vogon and sent to their world. The others find a way to rescue her swiftly. They quickly reach the planet by utilizing a little spacecraft. Soon after, Trillian learns via the Vogon that the Earth has been destroyed on instructions from the President, none other than Zaphod himself. She did not anticipate Zaphod's determination to destroy the world. She will be drowned alive after being suspected of snatching the presidency. They, on the other hand, direct a robot called Marvin to return to the spacecraft, while the others rescue Trillian. On the President's directions, they proceed to input and prepare a release form for someone called Trillian. The Vogon promptly releases her with the paperwork supplied. Trillian and her pals are wonderful people. He and the Questular conclude. They had no intention of kidnapping Zaphod, but there had been a misunderstanding amongst them all. Trillian is enraged at Zaphod after being released from jail because he has ruined the world. They then quickly flee the area. Questular and Vogon decide to pursue them in order to monitor Zaphod's actions. Finally, they all arrive to Magrathea. Ford, Zaphod, and Trillian are able to access the gateway to Deep Thought, but Arthur and Marvin are unable to do so. As a result, they can only wait at that location. After a lengthy period of waiting, a guy called Slar approaches them. He is a specialist in the creation of planets. He then invites Arthur to witness his idea. At the same time, the others are able to use Deep Thought to inquire about the cosmos, but it unfortunately provides no response. Because they don't receive a response, they just seek for the weapon Cavula previously requested. It is a weapon that has been specifically developed to cause the person who is shot to speak or feel something unpleasant. Trillian shoots the rifle towards Zaphod on purpose as they obtain the weapon to find out why he destroyed the world. It comes out that the Earth's destruction was caused by a misunderstanding between himself and Vogon. He assures them that they need not be concerned since a second version of Earth is being constructed and will be ready shortly. Then they teleport to another location. Returning to Arthur and Slar, they are taking the train to inspect Slar's proposal. He reveals that he is creating a second version of Earth, which will be completed shortly. Then they take a tour of the Earth, where they watch space workers laboring to fill the seas, build mountains, and do other things. Slar also constructs Arthur's new home. When he walks inside his home, his pals are already there, eating. During their conversation, Questular and the Vogons appear outside Arthur's residence and begin a fire. The party instantly seeks refuge in a caravan, but Marvin gets struck in the head. Soon later, Marvin awakens and pulls out the weapon he received in Magrathea. The gang of Vogons quickly falls as a result of the shot. They are transported back to their planet via spacecraft, as Zaphod reunites with Questular. Finally, they decide to travel to a restaurant at the other end of the cosmos, while Slar and the other employees finish the new Earth. They don't forget to include plants, animals, and people, as well as the planet as a whole. The film ends. Subscribe to see more videos like this, enable alerts, and leave a like to support the channel. Thank you for watching.